Welcome back, everyone, to another TV edition of Silver Screen and Chill. My name is Matt.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ian.
And this week we're talking about the big show that started on Netflix this week, Daredevil, specifically the first 3 episodes. Just so we give you just a little bit of what's
we
going
want
on
to
so
chop
far.
it up. Yeah, chop it up.
It'd be good to chop it up and not just talk the whole season, because some people binge, some people, they take their time to watch it.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it on the show before. It's a different experience between binging and being able to cut it off.
Very
into
different.
weeks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the show was not on Netflix? You probably have a different opinion on it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's cool to watch it. It was really, very surprisingly, it was kind of cool to see Matt, Foggy, and Karen all back together again.
Foggy's still a horrible actor, though.
You know what? He's not a good actor, but I really don't hate him that much.
Yeah.
When I watched the first season, yeah, he sucked, and it was really detrimental to the show. But I think he's a good character. He's kind of whiny, but
The thing about the actor though is he's good as Foggy. Like that's how Foggy's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just a bad actor. But other than that,
there's a couple bitchin' actors in this show.
Charlie Cox as Daredevil. He was on Boardwalk Empire. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, he's good as Matt Murdock.
I think they actually gave Foggy a little bit better. They gave him some bitchy scenes where he's just.
Oh yeah,
but they also
totally did.
They also gave him some redeeming moments, like that part in the hospital where the 2 guys were gonna fight.
Yeah,
and he does the whole. I like. I guess that's why they put him in things. But I like specifically written parts out where it's like you just put someone in your place when they're not even expecting it. I just for those fuck yeah, stick it to him.
Yeah,
get him, Foggy.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. He had that moment in the hospital, and then the one where he's talking about the DA lady.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna call the Justice
Department
and
of Justice.
get no, you don't want me to do that. All right. Like,
There was some good moments.
shows he's a good lawyer, which is good.
Yeah. Well, they're both good. They're both good lawyers.
Yeah, they're good lawyers. They're good people too. Obviously, they're taking bananas and pies for payment rather than actual money. So
that's really so far. I only unfortunately got to episode 2. I was exhausted last night, but I got to episode 2. But as far as I've seen, they're probably regretting that, not taking, money.
Yeah,
they're about to fold. It looks.
As
far as I've seen, it looks like they're gonna fold. No, this was the season so far so good.
Yeah,
I'm actually pretty impressed. I watched the last season just probably a couple months ago, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's a cool show. With his trainer and stick, this old blind man who's just badass as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's always cool. This season they're bringing in the Punisher as the bad guy.
Yes, the
That's
Punisher.
interesting. Frank Castle.
And he's awesome.
What's even more interesting is he's the bad guy. We usually get the good guy Punisher lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I read that he's usually a bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like the anti-hero. Like he has a heart of gold, but he's willing to kill people. Yeah, he's willing to kill people.
He massacred all those people in the hospital.
Well, I think that's what.
But it's the right people.
Yeah, I think that's
I
where,
saw some people get shot. I saw some innocent lives get taken. In the
No, he
hospital.
didn't kill anyone.
Did
in
he
the
get
hospital? No.
No.
He shot a couple
That's
people.
how precise.
That's what he
is.
explains. He explains like he doesn't.
But he
kill
shot
anyone
a couple
who deserve
people. I know he did.
He shoots at the grotto guy.
Yeah,
He shot someone else.
I don't
too.
think he killed
I think
anyone.
He shot
in the
a
hospital.
cop, didn't he?
I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't.
Can you imagine? Okay, when we have the next, because it's gonna happen. We're gonna have the next big shooting at some point. Can you imagine that scene is gonna get so much shit?
Yeah, it's gonna be Punisher's fault.
Yeah.
But I think what they're going for this season, it's going to be the classic comic book conflict of where's the morality lie between heroes.
It's almost
you kill them or
it's like good and gooder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that.
the Daredevil's obviously like on the Batman side of things where it's like you don't want.
He's really similar to Batman, so that's really good.
So they're like they beat him up, they don't kill anybody, but there's the one hero that comes by and says like you need to kill people because they come back,
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been a conflict I really am interested in, because I've seen both sides. I could see the good in not killing people, but also just kill them so you don't have to
deal with this.
deal with this anymore. But it's good to see that conflict's gonna be going on.
Yeah, but they might not want to. You have to remember, still in them, they're still despite their superpowers, they're still human.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Most humans don't want to take another human life.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the conflict is going.
And that's also what's kind of cool about Daredevil more than the Avengers movies is this is a lot more humanized opposed to Captain America and the Hulk fighting this space.
Well, this guy, I don't know. I don't know if Daredevil becomes an Avenger or not. I feel like everybody fucking does, but there's no way this guy could work in that universe.
Yeah. I don't think they'll put him in the actual movies. What they're doing is
he could be like their lawyer.
Yeah, they're doing. I think he does that in Civil War. Actually.
Yeah, no, in Civil War, he's a lawyer for some of them.
Funny.
So.
But but what they're doing with Daredevil is they're doing Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. I want to say.
I've never heard any of that besides Daredevil.
And
Jessica Jones sucks.
Well, what they're doing,
I know everyone loves that show, but I hated that show.
But what they're doing is they're going to combine those Netflix series
into the Defenders,
which is like a smaller street crime. Which I think it could be interesting.
Yeah, but
as long as Daredevil's the Tony Stark.
Avengers, the Defenders. Where does it end?
There's nothing to end
when they stop making money.
It ends when we're all too rich.
Yeah.
Too rich.
When there's a bunch of heroes, people want to see them team up.
Never mind. They're gonna say hookers.
There is probably a lot of hookers in Hell's Kitchen. So.
You know what? Good thing you pointed that out. I'm watching this show the other night, and I'm thinking it's called Hell's Kitchen. It's defended by the devil. He's the devil, right? I feel like he's in a hopeless battle. I feel like this place is never gonna be clean. Like, for some reason, I always believed Gotham would be clean. You know what I mean? Like, one day, Batman will do it all. And in one of the movies, he does kind of wrap everything up. But for some reason, I just don't see Hell's Kitchen ever being... I feel like it's a place for criminals.
Yeah.
And he's fighting almost a winless battle.
It's
you know
an uphill,
what I mean? He's pissing in the wind. It's just not... It's not good for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is cool. You know, like, he really actually wants to do right by this town so much that he's able to...
Well, they show like there's heart to the town, you know, and the people that they defend, you know, there's good people there. It's just a bad spot. Mm-hmm. There's just so much going on, and there's.
I like that part where Foggy says, "This guy has a gun. It's not like when you're fist fighting people in your underwear."
And his underwear's comfortable.
Yeah.
I like one thing I really like about this season so far. I'm sure they won't probably do it with every episode, but they leave them all on like such an awesome note that makes you want to watch the next one.
Fight scene. They always, they usually, as far as I've seen, they usually ended on a fight scene.
A fight scene or a big point of the show, like turning point.
Yeah.
Where like the first episode where Punisher just like bang and shoots him right in the face.
That was kind of crazy when after he gets shot, Foggy finds him like laying
just chilling
because
like, in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you know what's even more like shitty is like if that were a real situation, he would have totally been dead, and that's who would have found him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, damn, that's a crazy image.
Well, what's cool is like when they go back and they go to fix the helmet.
It's all cracked.
It's all cracked, and he talks about the guy fixing his helmet goes, if it was an inch in any other direction, you would be dead.
Yeah.
Even with this stuff. So you could see that Punisher does have humanity to him. He knows that Daredevil's a good guy, but he just can't fucking deal with this guy because he has to kill some people.
Yeah. He thinks that he's doing good, but he's kind of taking that as like, oh, I could do that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I like Punisher too because one, he's not a guy who's wearing a costume. You know, Frank Castle is just going to be who Frank Castle is.
Right.
And so he looks badass just being in a trench coat and just all this
What do you guys think of the Punisher actor?
I think he's good.
I can't remember his name, but he was Shane on The Walking Dead. I liked him in The Walking Dead.
John something. I don't know his last name.
I feel bad for not knowing his name. But
his first name is John.
But yeah, he did a really good job. But I think they also, I don't want to... Have we talked spoilers for episode 3?
Episode 3.
Because I don't even know if it was in episode 3. But I like that they show like how he's a good person because when he's at the pawn shop.
Oh, that was episode 2.
Oh, episode 2 then. Because since I watched them all back to back, I feel like it's all one block.
Yeah.
But when he's in the pawn shop and he's like just doing that, he knows the guy behind the counter is like a shady person. But the second he offers child porn, that's when he fucking draws the line.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so he's a good guy. Like, he's fucking against all that shit.
But is he a good guy or is that just a normal human quality?
Well,
I mean, he's not a complete shitty person.
Oh,
it shows that there's good in there.
Well, I mean. He is good in the fact that he wants to defeat evil or bad, but you can't really say he's a good person by killing people because he can't be a good person and kill people. He's kind of like the anti-hero deal, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you like him as Did you like the actor that played Punisher?
Yeah.
I thought he was really good personally.
At first, I didn't like him that much, and then I kind of was like, yeah, he's actually kind of cool.
He doesn't talk for a while.
I didn't know it was Punisher. I really didn't know anything about like what the season 2 is about. I know people already know. I think you guys told me Elektra's in it, right?
Yeah, she'll be in it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was Punisher. I just thought it was some like badass with a gun, and then they said they call him the Punisher. I was like, what? Holy shit! That's nuts. I didn't think he was gonna be in this and be a bad guy. He's gonna have to die, right? Or get arrested. He's gonna have to get in trouble though. There's no way Matt Murdock's gonna be like, yeah, let's be friends, because I think he's killed people. That's
He
like
has
against
killed
his
people.
code, you know?
Yeah, I think that the reason that he couldn't go to jail or anything is I think they eventually want to make a movie or,
okay.
like his own series, his Netflix series.
We'll kill him off the show. Like, he won't be on the
he
show
might be
anymore.
off the show.
Did you guys see any of the old Punisher stuff?
The movies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
War
saw the first movie that they tried to make.
I just see him with a crossbow in the first. Is that the...
Yeah, it's that one when he fights that Russian, German dude, who the fuck it was, and that you know.
Was John Travolta the bad guy in the first one?
I think he was actually.
Robert
I saw it
Shapiro?
I saw it a long time ago in the movie theaters.
I don't remember the first one. I remember the second one.
The
That's
War
the
Zone?
second one.
Yeah, where like I just remember how ridiculous it was. There was like a guy doing flips from building to building, and then he just gets blown up by a rocket out of nowhere, and it's the Punisher, and he's like, yeah, I did that. That was so weird. But
This Punisher's cool.
yeah, but one cool thing I saw, which I thought was interesting, was the actor that played the Punisher before in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
The actor from Hung. You see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy. My brother-in-law showed me this. I guess he made like his own fan film of the Punisher because he really liked the character and was hoping it would get like kind of a rise to bring him back in the future. But it's this really short film. I want to say it's called Dirty Laundry. If you want to find it on YouTube or something.
Oh, I think I've heard about this.
And it's like the Punisher. He's kind of just in a laundromat doing his laundry, and this like gang is messing with this girl, and they beat up this little kid, and they're gonna kill this little kid. It's messed up, and the Punisher's think like he has the moral conflict of like is he gonna help or not, and then in the end he decides to help, and he goes across the street to a liquor store, buys a bottle of Jack Daniels, and kills the entire gang with the full bottle of Jack Daniels.
That's awesome.
It's actually a really cool thing, and like if you don't know it, you're watching the Punisher, it's like really cool because it's like they don't tell you who he is in the beginning. If you know because it's the actor, but then in the end, like he just throws the kid the shirt to like clean himself up, and the kid like unrolls the shirt, and it's the Punisher, the skull.
Buy my
It's
new
really
clothing line, kid.
There was actually a really cool video game with the Punisher. You're able to be the Punisher and kill the mob. And I remember getting this mob guy and putting his you had to interrogate him, and he was putting his face right next to some piranhas. But you could go too far and just make him have the face cavity and just be all skeleton. It was really cool. But no, the Punisher's a really cool character. You know, like we keep on saying, he's really humanized by just not having a costume.
Yeah.
So that's cool, but he's also not human because he's killing all these. I mean, for being a very precise gunfighter, he didn't kill those Irish very precision.
Oh yeah, he
could have killed them maybe with a few.
Oh, that's interesting. Bullets. Yeah. What was I gonna say about him?
Yeah, it really just.
They also kind of poke fun at his backstory a little bit, like because he's a tragic character. His family was killed.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why he becomes this pissed off guy.
Yeah, but I like where when he's Daredevil slide, he's like, "Did you lose someone close to you? The person you love? Oh, boo hoo!"
Yeah.
Like he's like, "Holy crap!" Like I would be kind of mad at that point if someone shitting like.
I think he's just trying to get him pissed off.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like.
But that was like an interesting way of like.
Yeah, that whole scene with them on the rooftop was really cool. You know, from him going and seeing that old guy, and like he talks to him, and you know you see that Punisher isn't just wanting to kill everyone.
Yeah.
And he is actually he could be a good guy, but he has this need to kill these bad men.
He would have killed the apartment guy. The apartment.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when he was like had the gun at the door.
But he remember he goes up to Daredevil and goes, "I was just fucking with you." I want it because Daredevil can hear everything.
I'm guessing this is in episode 3. I'm ready that.
Oh.
Unless I fell asleep. Okay, you know what was good though in the episode I did see was when Grotto is going to rat on that guy, and it was all set up. They had that big fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good scene.
Oh yeah, that was in episode 2 in the
the
truck.
very end. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. Cool.
You know what's crazy about these fight scenes is they both can take a fucking beating. Like they are when they show you it, they're wailing on each other, punching each other dead on in the face, like making each other bleed like crazy, and they both get up.
It's funny you say that because I remember watching it and I was thinking, God, Daredevil's always getting his ass whipped. Like, is he even a good fighter? I was like, I think he's just tough. Like he could just take a beating and stand.
Well, that was the whole thing with his dad. His dad was the guy who would take a beating.
Because very seldom do I see Daredevil not get the shit beaten out of him in the show.
They kind of go back and forth. They have a lot of good fights.
No, he kicks some ass, but man, I've seen him get some beatings.
Yeah, there's always like the beginning of the seasons where
he gets his ass
where
kicked.
he's able to kick some thug's ass or something. And like, oh, okay, this is to show you that Daredevil is cool and can kick some ass.
Yeah.
And it also helps build up the bad guy because it's like, oh, he's kicking the shit out of Daredevil. He's badass.
Yeah, he's strong.
You know what I want to see? We got Batman vs Superman. Cool. I want to see Christopher Nolan's Batman meet up with Netflix's Daredevil.
That would be cool.
Because those universes are very
similar.
Yeah, because you can totally that realism. You know what I mean?
And that's why it's easy to like Daredevil because
this whole show.
Daredevil's not going to fight Thanos or anything like that. Like he's going to be fighting.
They're going to keep it pretty real, I think.
Yeah, like the most gifted person he's going to fight is someone like the Punisher, and who's someone's just highly skilled at what he does. So that's really cool.
Yeah. What about Karen and Matt?
Ooh,
Give him a little Daredevil stiffy at the pool table.
Oh, yeah,
Remember that part?
Foggy is sad.
Put it in the
He
corner
was
pocket.
sad. God, why does he think that's still gonna happen? Maybe it will.
Maybe, I don't know. But well, it's going to be, I think they're trying to start you off with that because it's obviously going to change when Elektra comes in.
Oh, is that Daredevil's wood?
Well, they have like a thing, like, you remember the movie, the Ben Affleck?
I don't remember the
You
movie.
remember that? And Elektra and him kind of have a thing for a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm assuming that's what they'll try to do here too.
He had a little thing going
rustle it
on
up with him and
with the
Karen.
nurse last season.
Oh yeah, he banged
Girl
the
from
nurse.
Rent.
Did he?
banged the nurse. Yeah.
Yeah, he banged her, but I think that she left him, right?
Because she can't take him. She talks about that in the hospital scene. She can't take him being hurt all the time.
So, is there like a love triangle going on? We got Foggy to Karen, Karen to Matt, and Matt is just blind and doesn't care.
He's got
Blind.
I like how he's not really blind, like he's playing fucking pool and like can hear dead bodies. You know what I'm talking about? I love that. I always watch that going, he's not blind.
Well, that also shows that he's kind of into Karen because as soon as Foggy comes back, he nails that shot because he knows where everything's
He sure
at.
does.
Yeah, so he's playing.
He wanted to nail something.
Put it in the corner pocket. What's it called?
I was literally laughing when I saw him holding the pool table. I was like, "What is he doing? He's not gonna fucking play pool. He's blind. You can't hear the cue ball."
Well, he's still blind to some degree. Like he leaves that broken glass on the floor, and Karen finds when he goes like deaf for a second.
But I feel like
that was an interesting scene actually to see him terrified because I think after that point he's lost everything because it's most of what he can do now relies on his hearing.
And
So to not have that for a second, you know, that would have freaked me out too. Like because he's.
Yeah, that's the only way he can do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially since you can't hear him when you hear him screaming, you don't hear his voice either. So he's like completely mute and all that. That was an interesting scene to watch. But I definitely want to see where this love. What is it going to be? A trapezoid with how many legs it's got?
This is what I imagine happening. Daredevil ends up trying to bang Elektra, or maybe he does, and then she goes, "No, I have a career," and then she leaves the show,
And
then Matt will go back to Karen.
Oh, Karen, you're still waiting around, right?
That's exactly what it is.
They got Karen. Good old Karen. Reliable old Karen.
Poor Foggy. No, wait a minute. Foggy banged that one chick last season. His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad looking.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't.
What is he complaining about? Maybe I'm complaining for him. He seems fine.
Foggy wants the poon he wants to choose, you know? Like, he doesn't want that girl because he's been done with it, you know? He goes back for it, and he's bummed out about it.
That's true.
Poor Foggy.
I wonder if they'll ever, if they'll do it this season or eventually if they make Karen find out that Matt is Daredevil.
I kind of thought that they were hinting at that's going to be happening. This guy's just telling a secret to everybody. He's just throwing that thing all around. He doesn't care.
Oh, yeah.
Foggy knows. I think does the guy who makes his suit know?
I don't think so.
Oh,
because he has like the hood on and he's kind of like in the
no,
shadows.
he's not hiding it very well.
He's doing last season of Dexter hiding. You remember that scene where Dexter's wearing a bright pink shirt, standing in the window, and the guy's like, obviously he knows he's there, and Dexter goes, "He's good at this." You know what I'm talking about? When his tires flat?
No, I don't know what you're talking
about.
God. The show's good.
Matt knows what I'm talking about. Matt knows what I'm talking about.
Whenever something bad comes up, you can always relate it to the Dexter.
Dexter
just let us down so hard.
But Daredevil is a lot better than Dexter, Dexter later.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll ever find out and if what that'll change. Because you saw how Foggy finding out, had affected that whole episode.
I don't remember. Did we ever get a glimpse into her past? I don't remember if we ever got a glimpse into why she was...
She kills the dude.
She kills the dude, but remember that somebody goes into her house?
Oh, that's why they bring her in, though. Like,
did they ever talk about that? Or is that still unknown?
She kills... No.
She talks about it a little bit, because she talks about how, like, I think they're trying to show that maybe she wasn't always a good person.
Okay.
Because she's talking about how, when they bring her in, it's because they thought she killed, I don't know if it was I forgot if it was her boyfriend or some guy, a friend of hers. So it's like, oh, you killed him. And she's like, oh, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't. And she didn't, it was the kingpin and all that stuff. And then eventually she kills Wesley towards the end of the first season.
Yeah.
That was a crazy, I didn't think he was going to die.
No,
that was a crazy moment for the first season. But, and then in this season, I forget what episode it was, when she's talking about, like, bad stuff follows me, but maybe I deserve it. And Foggy's like, what? And she's like, oh, it's nothing. So I wonder if they'll bring up that she wasn't always a good person and maybe she was kind of a bad guy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting to find out about her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Daredevil. Part 1.
Yeah, part 1 of the season 2 of Daredevil. It's at least the first 3 episodes.
Did we, how many episodes are there?
Probably 10.
I think there's 10.
12 maybe.
Not chop this up good.
No, but I mean, I think it was kind of last minute we decided to talk about Daredevil, and we kind of had time. I think we agreed, like, 3 is a good amount of episodes.
Yeah,
like, kind of, so.
Will we do more? We'll do more, right?
We'll do more.
Well, yeah,
we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up next week.
Next week we'll do a couple more episodes.
Oh, okay. You want to, like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, next week we'll do a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Next up is what we're watching this week.
No, we got,
trailers?
We got a couple trailers.
We do got trailers. I am
You know what I'm watching this week? Some trailers.
Yeah. Some TV trailers.
So let's talk about the HBO series that's coming up. Vice
Kenny
Principals.
Powers.
Yeah,
Vice Principals.
Vice Principals with Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers.
But it's Danny McBride and I didn't look up his name. The sheriff from The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, and he's also Justified. He's also in Sons of Anarchy.
I feel like everyone is in Sons of Anarchy. Everybody.
Deadwood.
Deadwood is a lot of them, but doesn't it always feel like there's somebody from Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah. And there's a lot of good actors on that show. But no, the show looks hilarious.
It looks really funny.
It just reminds me of that episode of Kenny Powers when he's a gym teacher. You know what I'm talking about?
Just a whole series based on that.
That's what it reminded me of.
Danny McBride's is so funny, though.
Yeah, he seemed a little bit more proper in this show. So that's kind of good that they're kind of changing it up.
Maybe it'll be from him going from proper to
Kenny Powers.
He'll go full Kenny Powers.
He just plays such a
You're
good
fucking
Kenny
out.
Powers.
You're fucking
Come on,
out.
how good of a Kenny Powers? He's been playing that role since Hot Rod.
Dude, when I saw just Eastbound and Down, when I first saw Kenny Powers and he goes, "You're fucking out," I was like, man, this show's gonna be incredible. Like, you just knew that show was gonna be great.
His book was fucking, "You're fucking out, I'm fucking in." It looks really funny. It's them two competing to be a vice principal of their high school.
No, to become full-time principal.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, they're both vice principals.
They're vice principals and they're trying to become the full-time
principal.
Not a lot of research done.
No, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't either. I saw the trailer. I'm going based on the trailer.
I saw the trailer. Yeah, that's what
There's not a whole lot of forums on Reddit trying to debunk all the theories.
That's right, because they're both vice principals, right? And they're
trying to become principal.
I like how they show like he's like not popular, then he gets like hit in the face, and kids don't fucking like him.
Yeah, it looks really funny. And there's not a whole lot to go on with my yawning, and also the trailer. I mean, there wasn't like you're gonna see a lot of physical comedy.
Yeah,
which is always
that's what
great.
he's good at.
Yeah. And then there's just to have the rivalry between two lame people, it's like when you're talking about two vice principals. I mean, that's a respectable job, but when you're talking about in movies, these people are going to be lame as shit.
Oh yeah,
wanting to be a principal as their life goal.
You know what it reminded me of?
Because they're vice principals, they're not even.
Principals.
You know what it reminded me of? Do you guys ever see that movie? Sean William Scott was in it, and so was John C. Reilly, and they both work at it's supposed to be Costco, and they're trying to get the promotion. I think it is.
Oh no, that's
It reminded me of that. That's what it reminds me of.
Isn't that Sean William Scott
and John C. Reilly, and they work at a Costco place, and they're trying to get a promotion.
I've never seen that.
Or they're trying to get him. I mean, he's employed them with something like that. But it reminds me kind of that two lame guys trying to.
Yeah, just trying to go up for the top thing. Yeah.
When does this show start? This Vice Principals.
Can you edit
Yeah,
that?
I'm gonna stop answering that fucking question. They're fucking weird. But who checks? I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I think it's a summer show, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll come up. I'll put since you had the blank there. I'll put in the date.
Don't talk about the blank.
Remember The Simpsons? Now introducing Mr. Black.
Or the Super Bowl episodes where Mo's like the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't doubt the Denver Broncos.
Vice principals, everybody.
But yeah, definitely check it out. Another HBO show. Well, keep moving along on HBO shows. Let's talk about the newest Red Band trailer for Game of Thrones.
And that's coming out in April. We know that.
April 26th.
They pushed it back for something, didn't they?
Did they?
Vinyl, I think they. Well, it was originally comes out in March. It usually comes out in March.
Okay.
I think they pushed it back for vinyl, which I was okay.
That's like towards the end of April now. It's like April 26th, I think.
Yeah.
So the trailer soon.
New Game of Thrones trailer. I mean, it's Game of Thrones. It's the biggest. Man, is that bigger than Walking Dead? I would say at least.
Well,
Walking Dead has more viewers.
Yeah, Walking Dead has more viewers.
It's on
I think I actually like Game of Thrones.
People buy HBO so they can see Game of Thrones. So.
Yeah.
Or they pirate.
Yeah, and what's really cool?
Like the most pirated show. I think.
Oh yeah.
Game of Thrones is the most pirated show.
And what's really cool about Game of Thrones this season is, if you're a guy that watches this show with your brother and he's an asshole and wants to spoil everything for you because he read the books and he's better than you, he can't fucking do that anymore because we've passed the books.
Yep, the books are gone. But you know what's funny? I've read the first book. The books are actually good. I read the first book. It's actually a good book.
It's cool to read something after you watch it.
Yes, I like
so
doing
you can
that.
Compare it. Yeah.
I like doing that. But what's weird is I almost feel kind of like there's no blanket of security that there's no book following. You know what I mean? Because what if it's... I don't think it will, but what if it sucks? You know what I mean? Like, that's a scary thought.
Well, I think that's an interesting thing that all the viewers are going to be able to experience together now. The book
I know the book readers
and the non-book readers, so we get to just embark on
I know
this
the book
together.
readers are pretty pissed because they're not going the same formula, but the spoilers will be the same. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The payoffs are going to be the same, but the story's going to be different, so they'll just know what's coming. But that's kind of George R. R. Martin's fault. This book's been in development for fucking years.
And see, that's the thing, too, that you can feel kind of safe. I know Ian just suggested that it could suck. He's not saying it's going to. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But George R. R. Martin's been also working with the showrunners to make this show move forward in the way he sees the books going. So, knowing that this is also going to ruin the book means that it's going to happen in the book and that the book is good always. So that the show will.
Yeah.
I feel like the books part will just be as good. I don't think it'll be too
There was a bit of, I think it was last season, there was a bit of controversy with how shitty the Dorne storyline was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the whole sand snakes.
But
you know what? No, I agree. It wasn't that. I didn't think it was that bad, but it really wasn't that good either. Some of the writing was kind of shitty. The combat wasn't that good. I think they really neutered that part, and I was told by everyone how good Dorne was going to be. You know what I mean? So I think my hopes are kind of up for that. Kind of had high hopes.
Mm-hmm.
But so hopefully they can improve on some of those things. But it's gonna be totally different than the books now.
Yeah.
It's kind of just inevitable. They've changed so much since the beginning.
Yeah, but the trailer's bitching. Obviously, you see Daenerys with the Dothraki gang.
They rounded her up in the last episode.
Like, what the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, we got Tyrion and Jorah trying to figure out what they're gonna do.
The fish, she's gonna turn into the fish man.
Yeah, he's slowly turning into that.
He's gotta be freaking out. I'd be like, first scene, okay, then I'd be like, ah! You know what I mean?
I would immediately just try to chop it off or something.
No, you wouldn't.
Get it.
You try and cut off your hand?
If I knew I was gonna turn into a stone man.
Yeah, but they don't got bitchin' surgery. You gotta hack it off.
He's got a sharp sword. Hopefully it goes through. That's not true because I remember even when they're beheading people in season 1.
That was cool. Who was it? Theon. Reek tried to cut. Well, it was Theon then. You tried to cut his head off and it didn't work all the way.
Yeah,
I read that was
happened.
very common. Like you wouldn't get a clean cut.
Not unless you had that Ned Stark sword. Ice.
Ice, that was what it's called. Man, Ned was bitching.
They killed him.
They killed
And
him.
Rob.
Do you think we'll get a prequel of Robert's?
I heard that they might do that either a miniseries or like a TV movie of Robert's Rebellion. That would be such an awesome.
But you know what sucks though
Money
is
maker.
it couldn't be Sean Bean, and he's a great Ned Stark because he's too old.
Yeah.
Ned was like what 14, 15 when he went on that.
Well, you know, so they don't keep track of some of the ages with the books.
But he's already kind of old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he can't be this young. Oh, they're not getting we're not getting King Robert as the actor.
Yeah.
So as I was saying before the cutoff happened, I could listen to Ned and Robert talk for hours about their war stories. Him calling him fat. Just I can just listen to that forever.
Well, they could Tron Sean Bean's face and make him look younger.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't be pissed at that. Actually,
I would be stoked. It would look really funny though.
It would look weird.
It would look
I'd want them to try and make it look kind of older in a sense, shot older. I mean, not like his face older. Like look older than the way Game of Thrones looks, since it takes place in the past.
Well, none of this is probably gonna happen. So, well, maybe it will. Maybe we'll get a.
I like that, yeah.
I think cash cow. I don't know how they wouldn't do it.
I know, but the showrunners are really done with the show. I think they're really trying to wrap it up.
Someone else can maybe do it.
Because they could have expanded those books. They could have had 20 seasons, But yeah, someone else can do it.
And since it's that whole storyline is a huge part of where the show takes off from. I think it would be for the benefit of the people who haven't read the books, people that either don't want to or don't have the time to go off and read the entire series.
But they don't even talk about that. I mean, they talk about it, but they don't have a book. I don't know if they have a book about Robert's
rebellion.
Yeah.
But see, you would only learn parts by reading the book. So I mean, if it's something you can,
you're saying you
gather
can
together,
do your own thing with it.
And put it on its own movie, like I said, in short series.
He's got to write it down before in case he dies, so that they have a game plan.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
Really? I think he looks the same.
Yeah, which isn't good. Yeah, this new season, we haven't even talked about the trailer, which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
And so we've seen Daenerys, she's with the Dothraki. We've seen, we saw, my favorite personally is Davos pulling out his sword when he says, I usually don't have to use this.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out. You're like, that's
I
Davos,
wonder what
dude.
that's going to be or what's going on in that scene. Because you have Jon and Ghost there. Hopefully Melisandre's doing something to bring Jon back.
Yeah.
She looked like she felt bad. She looked like she knew she was wrong. Remember she
goes,
a lot of regret.
all my stuff has been wrong. And it's like, well, yeah, you're a dumb bitch.
Yeah, I wonder if he's doing that because, I have a theory of what's going on. Because you know how some people think from the book's ending that Jon is going to, his spirit or soul, whatever, is going to go into Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if what they're doing is Melisandre is going to do something that's going to have to involve them having to kill Ghost to bring Jon back.
Oh, Ghost.
Which would be really sad.
Eddie.
Or
go on, sorry.
Or him or Davos is doing something to defend off the Night's Watch. Hey, we're bringing this guy back.
So in the trailer, there's a flash of Arya, and her eyes have that cloudy
Yeah.
She wore.
I thought she's blind.
Oh, she go blind?
Yeah, I remember at the last season when it was that really weird scene where Joggin makes it look like he's gonna give her poison, but he drinks it, and then he dies, and she freaks out, and she takes off his face, and it's her, and then when she looks up, her eyes are like that, and she's like, I can't see,
because
she gets blinded.
goes and kills that guy, the Lannister, remember, and then so the guy
so now she's blind.
Failed her.
Yeah,
killed her.
it's her. I don't know if she'll be permanently blind or what's the deal with that, but she's blind at this point.
Life sucks if you're Stark.
Well, it's cool with that asshole brother that I was talking about earlier that ruins everything. But that also tells me a lot of cool stuff though, like how Arya would always warg into her dog, and how they're direwolf, and they would all be that the direwolf had formed its own gang, and they'd gone out and they'd go hunting and stuff like that. And I guess they're just bitching just descriptions.
Was that a spoiler at the time you heard it?
Well, it never happened.
I wonder if they'll bring.
But at the time, were you like, God damn it?
Because her dog is still out there. They need to address that at some point.
They don't need to do shit.
No, they won't. This is we're not gonna know what happens to Benjen. They'll probably find out in the books, but we're not gonna find out.
That's gonna suck.
Maybe. Well, we might find out if he's a part of the.
If he's a part of the big twist.
Yeah, if he's part of the White Walker army.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think another cool scene was you see Bran standing up, and then the camera twists over, and it's the king of the White Walkers.
Who's fucking just bitching.
That's crazy. I wonder if he sees that. I know it's a vision, obviously. Obviously, Bran's not walking and standing there. So I wonder if Bran's aware of what he's watching, or I wonder if the king is aware that Bran's having this vision, because it kind of
So, am I the only one who, when Bran's scenes come on, you go?
No, I like Bran's scenes a lot, actually.
I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but it is the least fun I have watching that shit. But it's still good.
The place it ended with 2 seasons. Well, now it was before last season. The last time we saw Bran. And what?
Did you say burn?
I said Bran, didn't I?
You said Bran.
I heard burn.
Hey, Bran. But he ended in some trippy forest people and
yeah.
Like that was
weird.
So hopefully his thing picks up.
That'd be cool.
Plus, my girlfriend's favorite character is Hodor, so she'll be happy with it.
Yeah, Hodor.
Man, that sucked when he was getting stabbed. Remember they were poking
man, that
so
was
bad.
so
You feel so
depressing.
bad for Hodor. No, that's gonna be crazy. Another good. What's going to be interesting to see is the Lannisters fighting back against the Sparrows.
Oh, so bitchy.
They have
they got the mountain.
the zombie mountain.
Zombie mountain,
Robert
yeah.
Strong, I think it's what they said his name is now.
Oh, yeah, and what they go and she goes, stand down or there's going to be violence, and she's like, hi, she's violence.
Yeah.
And it just shows
They're going to fight the cult or whatever the hell it is, the church people.
Yeah.
The Sparrows, right?
Sparrows, yeah.
Which her cousin that she slept with is leading it.
That's weird.
That guy's going to get... Ooh,
they're all
his punishment's going to be bad.
They're all going to be so bad.
Because seriously, okay, she kind of went. She's gone down and kind of hit rock bottom for her. There's no way she's not fighting.
Well,
back
walking
and
naked
killing
through the
people.
street was probably... And getting shit thrown at you.
Yeah. I wonder if she'll... Like, this will help either make her help Marjorie at the end, because, you know, they still have Marjorie, like, in jail. If she'll, like, do that.
That's right.
Or if she'll, like, do all this, like, kill all the Sparrows, and then have her just be like, kill her, too. Like, she just doesn't like her.
I bet
That'd
she
be
kills
crazy.
Her. Yeah,
What about Reek and Sansa escaping?
Reek. Fuck,
I wonder
nuts.
if they're still going to be on the point of, like, him turning into,
I
like,
forgot about that
being
son
a
of a
better
bitch,
person.
Ramsay Snow. I haven't thought about him in a year. I'm fucking glad.
Oh, he's
That
still fucking
son of a
there,
bitch,
and
man.
they're
They're
gonna go after Sansa.
Is he just the biggest bastard you've ever like?
Hey, literal.
like seriously,
Not anymore,
like
though.
Yeah, not anymore.
God, what a
fuck
man.
Yeah, he sucks.
They got it's what's crazy is we forget how much we thought Theon was the biggest piece of shit on Game of Thrones for a while for betraying Robb, but it became nowhere close to what.
Ramsay
has done to him.
Oh, he's a Bolton now, right?
He's a Bolton now. Ramsay
Woo,
Bolton.
boy, he takes the cake
The
for
Bolton-
assholes in the show. He has to,
Bolton's
right?
a piece of
Sucks.
shit.
He has to, right? He has to take the cake.
Well, I hate Roose a little more just because he killed Rob, but I miss Rob.
Yeah, he sucks too. The Boltons just kind of suck.
Bolton's fucking terrible.
The
I wonder
Starks
if-
are cool and they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much are.
I wonder if they'll make him like that storyline will be the Boltons are after Sansa now, because I don't know where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Or where they would think to go. And then
And Littlefinger, what the hell he doing?
what was he doing?
He took off. He dropped off Sansa and said, "All right, see ya."
Yeah. So there's still a lot of mysteries of what's gonna happen. You know, I think that's what's part
What
of
mystery in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, are you kidding me? They got the eunuch. What's he doing? He's helping out Tyrion now.
His name is Eunuch.
His name is Eunuch.
That's a Jersey Shore reference for people that don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Unit. Shout out to Ryan Van Vliet.
I hope he watches.
He doesn't watch.
Yeah.
I'm the only one watching.
But
I'm the one who watches.
it'll be really
Breaking
yeah.
Bad.
So I think that's a part that keeps you watching. You know, it's a really good show to begin with, and there's so much mystery that you just want to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm glad from a non-book reader perspective that it'll be something new for the book readers and non-book readers.
Yeah, it's cool. So you get to experience it with everybody.
Yeah, and you'd be like, yeah, you can see that coming because I didn't either.
Yeah.
Or what you could do is if you get ahead of someone who's read the books and like spoil it for you, you're like, hey, guess what happened?
Yeah.
This last episode.
I can do that to my brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
man.
giving you ideas.
You know
Adam, watch out.
You know what I've missed is, since I usually don't watch it right when it comes out, I usually watch a couple hours from doing something, whatever. I miss, like, having to not only avoid the internet, but I'll know to avoid the internet when I go on Twitter, and I'll see trending, Game of Thrones, and I'll go, well, somebody died. Just not going to look at that until I watch the episode.
You're lucky that the trending topic is Game of Thrones, not R.I.P. insert character name.
Oh my god, I was on, I was 2 times Game of Thrones was absolutely spoiled for me. I hadn't caught up season 1 yet. I'm on YouTube and I look at somebody who did a cool guitar cover of the Game of Thrones theme. It was really bitchin'. And I went into the comments. First comment: Ned Stark dies. I was like, fuck you. And then I was on Reddit, not that I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, and I was looking at just like a thread or forum, whatever. And somebody's username was Rob dies soon. I want to fucking strangle you, whoever you are, and I hope you have fucking AIDS. Like, I hope you are dead. Like, I hope you just die.
Rob died.
Yeah! I didn't know that was happening.
Was the form you're on even Game of Thrones
No,
related?
nothing related to it. I avoid Game of Thrones things on the internet because I know that happens.
Yeah.
Actually, you got a pretty good spoil. And then you spoiled it for someone who didn't.
Okay.
Tell
Well,
that
what
story.
happened was my friend Phil at a New Year's party.
We all know.
Our friend Phil we're at a New Year's party, and he was talking to our friend Chelsea, and they're talking about how Joffrey dies, and I fucking yelled at him. I went, you take that bullshit elsewhere. I can't fucking hear this right now. But what was funny was it was all speculation between them, but it happened. And so I when the episode happened when Joffrey dies, I go, haha, your spoiler of Joffrey dying happened. He goes, oh man, he actually dies? So, yeah, I'm a dick too. But no, fuck that. They knew he died. I think he's just trying to play the victim, to tell you the truth. That son of a bitch.
That's a shitty spoiler, man.
I know Joffrey's death was kind of, like, was obviously shitty because you're being poisoned, but I kind of, didn't you want him to get a more...
He died, dude. Dying from poison and strangling. Did you see how scared he was? That is a good death. And then, you would never
at
think...
his wedding.
Yeah, and you would never think back-to-back weddings. And I heard that happened in the same, book. You have it with a red wedding, and then you have Joffrey's wedding, and you would never think...
They said it was, within, back-to-back chapters that they die. So that's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane, yeah. So, I think it's, I forget whose chapter it would be for Rob's, but it showed Rob's story, and then it was a Tyrion chapter, and fucking Joffrey dies the next time. The red and purple wedding.
That's crazy.
Is it called Purple Wedding?
Yeah, because he's all purple in the face.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Game of Thrones is awesome.
Game of Thrones can't be any more excited for April 26th. So I think that wraps up our trailer talk for this week.
We got one more, don't we? Or is that it?
That's it. The Vice Principals and Game of Thrones.
Yep. Remember, we kept on talking about.
exclusives.
We kept on thinking we had one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then now we're gonna move into what we'll be watching.
All right, I guess let's play this. I was gonna steal his pick.
Which is so dumb because this shows, it's funny.
Yeah, but he would have nothing to fucking say. He would just...
he got
Let's
ESPN
start with
30
Daniel.
for 30. But so my first pick is The Real O'Neills. Actually, it's a funny show. It's about a family that having a whole bunch of problems. They're a Catholic family in Chicago. And the main character comes out as gay, which is a whole thing. And then the parents are.
You usually hate that.
The parents. Well, it's they do it funny for some reason. I like it. And then the parents are getting divorced. And then there's a brother who's the actor Matt Shively, who actually we kind of grew up with him, which is really funny.
We know him.
Yeah, I went to high school with him.
He gave me my first beer at a party ever, which is every time I see him, I just think it's hilarious.
I went to a taping of his show when he was on Nickelodeon.
Oh,
Two
Jackson
Jackson,
TV. Yeah.
All his little kids were all whatever his name. Matt, not Matt, but they were saying his character's name was really funny.
It's Ryan. His name on the show is Ryan Laserbeam. I watched all of
And then, but yeah, he plays a wrestler, and he comes out as an anorexic wrestler, which is
it serious?
That is so he just says that to because everyone's naming problems, so he just says that, but that's not part of the show at all. But so he's just the dumb. He's the dumb character, the guy gets those easy laughs, which he does well. And then, and then there's the sister who's just really sneaky and stuff, and she's pretty funny. But the show's really well done. The character, like he was saying, usually my whole thing with characters is a lot of times they'll go, oh, we'll make him gay. There's, if you guys watch Walking Dead, there was this whole thing and they were talking about, oh, I think Daryl's gay. And it's why does Daryl have to be gay? He doesn't, there's never one point in the show I'm like, I can't wait to see Daryl's love interest. He's there to kill people. So this show has people, he's gay and that's a part of the show. So it wasn't lazily made gay. That's
it's not like when Vito from Sopranos was gay.
Yeah.
And that involved him dying and a big old chaos.
Yeah, it doesn't,
at the time, though, when they revealed Vito as gay, you're all like...
Remember? What does he say? He goes, well, he was smoking pole. He was out so
yeah.
So maybe you should go smoke some pole or something.
Yeah.
So,
no, but I agree when they just kind of throw something in there just to throw it in there.
This is a part of the show.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't care what he likes. There was nothing to do with that.
It could have very well been him just adolescent and straight and awkward. But
the comedy's good?
Comedy's, yeah. You gotta want some ABC comedy.
Yeah, just basic television sitcoms. Really hit and miss with their comedy.
Matt Shadley's on a basic television
it's
show.
Trippy.
That's
great.
crazy.
He's on buses.
He's on billboards and everything.
Good for him.
Great for him.
Good for him.
Shout out to Matt Shadley.
Real O'Neals.
The Real O'Neals.
Awesome. My pick for this week will be the CW's Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, starring Rachel Bloom, who she was actually a YouTube person first. Okay. She made like kind of comedy songs on YouTube. She got discovered that way, and then they created the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. It's a musical comedy show, which is crazy that a musical comedy show is on basic TV nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it was originally going to be a Showtime show.
Oh, really?
It was going to be on Showtime, yeah. And
the mighty have fallen. How does that happen?
I guess because it's a show that it's a different concept. It's a musical show.
So what channel's on Fox?
It's on CW.
CW, okay.
5. For people that don't know that.
5 if you're in
5 and yeah.
The channels change.
Yeah.
But so yeah. So she goes. She lives.
We're the only ones watching it.
The story of it's of this girl who goes from living in New York. She's like works for a high-powered law firm, but she meets her ex-boyfriend, and she's like, "Oh man, I was like in love with this guy," and he moves back to his hometown of West Covina, California, which is actually not far from us, but it's so interesting because it's such a small town in California. So she moves there, and it's a town with nothing. There's not a lot of whole going on. So she becomes a lawyer there, and it's like her antics of trying to get her ex-boyfriend back, but she's obviously weird because she should. Why chase that? But I like the music though. My sister loves this show. She got me to start watching it. It's got a lot of interesting musical numbers. I don't know if she writes them all, but it got renewed for a second season already now. Rachel Bloom, who I was just talking about, she won the Emmy for Best Comedic Actress. I want to say. I don't know if they have different categories, right? It's dramatic and comedy. She won Best Actress in a Comedy for a TV Series, which, I mean, that's big for her. I mean, I think that's what helped the show, pick up more momentum and actually get renewed for a second season. Mm-hmm. So I think, especially more now that it's coming out this season 2, it's more definitely worth checking out. Cool. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And Ian.
I was going to pick The Real O'Neals.
Hey, no, you said
I'm going to pick... I'm going to pick The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to see how many fake laughs this guy can pull off. No, I'm not going to watch it.
You were texting us about that.
Yeah, he's a master fake laugh. I'm going to try and watch Empire this week. I've heard it's a good show. I've never had a chance to watch it.
It's good.
Yeah,
he's a good
so
actor.
I'm going to try and watch that on the Fox On Demand.
And it has a lot of original music, I believe.
I think we kind of brought that up when we were doing vinyl. We said that kind of, they have the same music.
Whenever I think of that, though, Taraji P. Henson and Terrence Howard, though, I just think of Hustle and Flow.
Are you too?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That's Hustle and Flow, the TV series.
Dude, 3 6 Mafia won an Oscar for that movie.
They did.
Did they really?
Oh,
was that them?
They also got a reality series for
Well, they wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They made a reality series?
Out of 3 6 Mafia is like moving to Hollywood because they won the Oscar. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
They don't make a show of anything.
But they got their own show. It's obviously not still on. I don't know if it was even on for that long. But they got a reality show of them like moving to Hollywood. It's really funny.
Well, I'm going to try and watch Empire.
Empire, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and The Real O'Neals. It's definitely some good TV out there, so hopefully y'all check it out.
There's some bad TV too.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that.
A lot of bad TV. The Real O'Neals is kind of bad TV, but I love it.
Empire
TV hate to love.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend sounds like bad TV.
It
does not sound like good.
It's funny. I've seen a couple of them.
You remember when the trailer came out and everybody was really shitting on it hard? Remember that?
Yeah.
It looked weird. Well, I'm not gonna lie. It looked like a cell phone
It's
commercial.
because when you know West Covina, it's because it's like we know what West Covina is, and that show takes West Covina and just exaggerates the hell out of it, and it's how far it is from the beach. It's like, oh, come on. Give it a little break. Don't exaggerate.
Oh, yeah, she said it's like 20 minutes from the beach.
No, they say it's 4 hours from the beach. Or 2 hours from the beach, 4 in traffic. And it's like, geography-wise, that doesn't work at all. We are not that far. You go 2 hours, you're in San Diego. Yeah. So that's...
Well, unless you're going to... Hey, if you're going to Malibu Beach, PCH, that's a good 12-hour drive sometimes.
I've sat in 3 hours of traffic there just because of one accident.
I went there once, and then when I was coming back, I saw it said, this street will be closed, or the stoplights will be closed on this day. And I texted him, it's all, fuck, I gotta go down there.
I mean, California traffic is just not fun.
You gotta take all... No, but PCH in particular, you gotta take all those fucking side windy roads.
Yeah.
The shit's done. the shit's done. I'm not even really talking.
We'll give you a traffic report next time.
Oh, I think even the camera shut off. Oh, well, we're done for the day. So that's
it's
next week we will wrap up Daredevil. Oh, no, we're gonna do it in parts, right? So we'll do the next 3 episodes.
We'll do some more episodes.
All right, so next week we will talk about the next 3 episodes.
Yeah, we'll do Daredevil
4, 5,
in 3
and
parts.
6.
Yeah, we'll do it in 3 parts, and then we'll do 4 for the last one. Just thinking how we're gonna wrap that up.
See you guys.
So thanks for joining us
next week,
and see you next week.
See you when I see you.
Or see you another time.
Peter, it's very confusing.
Are you gonna see me tonight?